Hey, what up, Como?
What's going on, everybody? We're back at it again.
You already know, man.
Substitute teaching.
I'm Dustin, this is Jeff, and who we missing?
We're missing the creator of the show.
The man behind the
mastermind of it all.
He was it, man. He's the guy. Where you at, Rob? We missing you, man.
He's pulling LeBron fourth quarter.
He's pulling LeBron.
LeBron fourth quarter. Don't
Just
go
not
up.
there. Oh, he's already taking jabs at LeBron, and Rob's not even here.
Rob's
That's just
not
crazy.
even here.
You know he's got something to say.
He's a well-missed seat.
Well, it's kind of roomier though. You know
It
what I
is,
mean?
it
Like
is.
you got a little elbow room.
You gonna
Well,
let us
Rob's not
take
here.
over the show, Rob? We got you.
Well, we are sorry we're a little bit late tonight, man.
A lot late.
We didn't know if we was doing a show. We didn't know, you know what I mean? We didn't know with Rob being out what the deal was. We're not obviously as prepared as Rob would. Like we say, we're substitute teachers, so we just try to do the best we can, you know, filling in for my man, you know. So Rob is under the weather supposedly, so get better, Rob, or whether you didn't want to be here or, you know, whatever you want to do. Shout out, babe. She gave me a lot of trouble last time because I didn't give her a shout out. I love you, babe. Jennifer Bell, I love you. She's watching right now, so thank you, babe.
That's what's up.
Mom, I love you too. She's probably watching. I hope she's watching. Share, like, comment, let us know what's going on. There she is. Told you my mom was watching. Anyways.
Mama loves a boy.
Anyways, tonight we're gonna go through a couple different things like we always do. We got a couple different segments. It ain't gonna be as organized as when Rob's here. You know how that is. Cody, what's up, man? I ain't even see you in here, brother. What's up, Cody? You know you get some love, bro, all day. Cody Jones, man, I ain't seen you in a minute, man. So, like I said, this is why I like to do this, man. I get to reconnect with people I ain't seen in a long time, man.
Exactly.
And, you know, even if you don't like sports, it's fun. I try to bring entertainment. You know, whether we talk about sports, we can talk about the stars in the sky. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm going to try to make it interesting. And like we said 1,000 times, let us know what y'all want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, comment, do all of that so that we can bring the best show we can to you.
It's a fan-related show.
Well, and I know
we go off what you guys give us.
And sometimes we late, and we sorry for that.
A little bit.
We're
very sorry.
We're trying, you know, yeah, but we're trying our best to, you know, get prepared, and we wrote down some stuff, and I mean, we're trying to get as much as we possibly can done so that we can have some type of good show for you guys. So, we appreciate you tuning in. Last week, me and Rob, we got over 470 views, close to 500, which a little bit over 500 is our highest. So, I mean, we're starting to get consistently close to 500, which for me, that's crazy. Rob, finally tuning in. Rob, man, you didn't...
We had a first video. We started live.
Something's wrong with Rob's account, though, because when we started on Rob's account, nothing was coming up.
And it was already one hell of a show. We kicked off. We had everything going.
It was kind of like me and Rob last week dealing with his phone. So Rob, from now on, we're gonna have to either figure your phone out beforehand, or figure out your Facebook account or whatever it is, or we're just gonna start on mine. Okay, tell everybody you friend me, and we're just gonna get them on mine. So, other than that, we're gonna bring the show to you. Ain't that right, Jeff? I'm ready.
You got some shit to talk about.
I'm ready. First of all, Rob, you didn't want to play me all week. Now, I done told him, Jeff. Last week, we done bet on the show, Rob. And you were supposed to play me in the 2K, and you didn't want to play me. What happened? You got to me the next night, I believe. You said, hey, you want to play, man? I ain't got to work in the morning. You know what I'm saying? This and that, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, of course I want to play. Give me a minute to get ready. I'm telling you, Jeff. It wasn't 20, 30, maybe 30 minutes, right? I get back to him. Then he's in the shower. He's like, oh, man, I'm in the shower, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'll be here ready. I already had my headset on and shit. You know what I mean?
I already had the headset on.
Had the headset on, ready to go.
Ready to go.
Text me talking about, man, I got super tired real quick. Blah, blah. You got scared, Rob. You took a shower and got scared in that shower.
Extracurricular activities in the shower.
He got scared. Anyhow, well, you're going to be doing 10, 25 push-ups, however many push-ups next week on the show. Know that much. I'm telling you that right now. Because I'm going to win whatever battle we have. Whatever it is. We can play table tennis if you want to. I'm going to win that. Yeah. I'm ready, Jeff.
He's on it.
Well, I mean, you can't bet me on something and then not want to follow through with it. I'm ready to go.
Always.
So,
What do we got going on, Dustin?
I mean,
what are we talking about today?
I don't. You said earlier you had some stuff you wanted to get off your
I
chest.
do, but we'll get to that later on in the show.
You're gonna kind of hold off a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just let it.
I'm gonna let all the viewers come in. All the people who were talking shit, I'm gonna give it time. I'm gonna give it some time. I'm gonna wait for them to come in, and I'm gonna whail them.
Oh,
that's all it is.
So he's waiting for people to get. He's waiting for the viewers to get here, and then he's gonna let y'all know what he's got to say. Okay, well,
let's jump into some pre-drafting.
You want to? We got some NFL news. Maybe you've heard Jamal Charles. He's done a lot for Kansas City. I know a lot of people out there. Nate, one of them, got jerseys, Jamal Charles jerseys. I mean, he was
Jordan Reed.
He was a very productive back for the for his career in Kansas City. He's got some stupid records on like yards per carry.
Yeah.
I mean, he's right up there.
Good.
I think he might even have the record for yards per carry for his career. I mean, he's got some just ridiculous stats. But for him, I mean, a lot of people knew he was leaving, right? And a lot of people had accepted that.
Well, he's been out for two and a half
Almost.
seasons.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Knee injuries out the ass. And that's killing a lot of the players.
And Kansas City they were ready for it. They were ready for him to go.
They've been building up. I don't think it'll hurt Kansas City with the departure of Jamal Charles because they've gotten two really good backs.
Well, and they got to see that with Jamal Charles being injured.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of got to. It's not like they wanted to, but they had to play that hand. And then they kind of fell into some. They got two, like you said, two solid running backs. That, I mean, when
they probably thought about cutting one when Jamal Charles was good, but hell, they're both putting out numbers that.
Well, and they have a good competitive edge. You know what I mean? To kind of keep that going is a good thing for Kansas City, I believe.
Yeah. But who did he go to?
That's the thing. That's what everybody's having a lot of trouble with. I've seen on Facebook, a lot of fans out there. I've seen y'all. He went to the Broncos. My man Jamal Charles done packed up camp and went to the rivals. Came over to the Broncos. I know it's crazy, y'all, but the Broncos my favorite team and Kansas City is my second favorite. And I know that's weird, but that's just how my life is. My life's weird. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So, I mean, I got Chiefs gear. You know what I mean? So,
oh shit.
I mean, so for me, it's sweet. He went from my second favorite team to my first favorite team. So I mean,
it works.
I'm in but not too many people. A lot of people hate. You know what I mean? They hate each other in the AFC West.
How many jerseys do you think are gonna get burned to his?
Well, I bet a few have already been burned. You know what I mean? As soon as they even talked about the Broncos, I bet some people. You know what I mean? And that's my question for you, Nate. What are you gonna do with your old Jamal Charles jerseys? What are you gonna burn them? You gonna keep them? You happy with Jamal Charles and what he did for Kansas City, or are you mad that he had to go to one of the three teams that you would have to see twice a year? You see what I mean? Like let me know how you feel about Jamal Charles. And so and who's your team in the NFL?
The Minnesota Vikings.
The Vikings. So how does this?
Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
They didn't opt out for his 5th year. So he is.
So you're stuck with old Bradford.
Stuck with old Bradford.
Bradford.
Don't tell me. I've had.
How are you feeling about that?
I don't like it.
Any Minnesota fans out there? I believe Kyle Pickup. I didn't tag Kyle. I'll tag him in the comments. But Kyle Pickup, he's a Vikings fan too.
I was a Rams fan before.
And since
the Rams drafted the motherfucker, I hated him since day one. Me and Rob got a joke. His biggest investment off of his rookie contract, the motherfucker bought a ping pong table. Or a foosball. It was ping pong table. That was his biggest investment.
Biggest investment. Must have been a hellacious ping pong table.
Right.
Wow.
But I've hated him since day one. And then he left the Rams to go to Philly. I was like, yeah, get rid of the dude. I don't like him.
And then he got traded to...
And then after the Rams left, I packed up and went to Minnesota. And then, week 2, here he comes again.
It's Minnesota, Sam Bradford. Man, that's... I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what y'all are going to do up there for... Bridgewater was a man. Where'd he go?
He tore his knee up.
Oh, okay. So he's just out for the season?
It was the worst.
Out for the season?
He was, yeah. I don't know if he was even clear to play this season.
Well, good night. That's crazy as hell.
Tell me about it.
So that, I mean, you can pretty much chop their season out.
Sam Bradford isn't going to be the top tier quarterback that we need to go anywhere. And I need someone to take my Vikings to the homeland.
Speaking of quarterbacks, and kind of touching back to the Chiefs a little bit, let's talk about the draft. Let's dive into the draft. How many of y'all watched the draft? Connor, you watched the draft? Anybody?
Anybody.
The draft for me, I'm just glad that Cleveland went with the solid number one defensive end, Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they finally didn't take a quarterback, which I think a lot of people were scared they were going to take another quarterback. It was going to be like, God bless, how many times are they going to do the same thing over and over? But they finally went with a solid pick. So that's good for them finally,
Finally.
Speaking about the quarterback, we'll touch on the Bears here in a minute, but let's talk about the Chiefs and how they traded. They traded from 27 with the Bills to get up to pick 10. And what they traded. So the Chiefs traded this year's first rounder, which would have been their 27th pick, and next year's first rounder. First rounder, and this year's third rounder for Patrick Mahomes II.
And they're going to call him the face of the franchise.
They've already called him the face of the franchise.
Where does that put Alex Smith?
And see, that's something I hadn't really thought about. Like, I mean, for one, I just was so blown away that they gave up another first-round pick. They have no first-rounder in next year's draft.
Right.
As of right now, I mean, they can make trades and all that, but they don't have their own. So is that a sign of them? Well, is that a sign of them thinking that they're too confident? Like they know that they're going to go deep in the playoffs, so they know their pick isn't going to be really what maybe where they could stink it up and it could be a top-tier pick. You know what I mean? So
hopefully it pans out for Kansas City. My dad's a Kansas City fan. Heart and heart. It's
well, that's it. We touched on the running back issue. We touched on how the running backs are competing. Do you think you think Alex Smith is gonna take this as okay, I need to start competing, blah blah, or do you think this is Alex Smith's gonna be like, well shit, they're giving up on me already? You know what I mean? Like,
it's happened to him before when he was in San Francisco. They were playing the Rams, and the Rams knocked Alex Smith out, gave him a concussion. Colin Kaepernick, that was his breakout season. That season and then the season after is when they went into the Super Bowl. And they benched Alex Smith. And then he went on his way.
And he's never been able to just get over that hump in the playoffs, you know what I mean? And he was a great quarterback. He led Utah to, I believe, an undefeated season. I'm not sure if they were undefeated or if they lost their book. I can't. Chase would know. We always talk about that. But he led Utah to a crazy record and got picked, I believe, first overall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just... But his career hadn't really panned out too much. You know what I mean? Not like you would want it to. So for them to go pick this guy, a Texas Tech gunslinger, is what I like to say, because the offense they run down there, guys, is pretty much just run and gun all day. I mean, they hurry it up, they throw the ball a bunch. I mean, it's just it really is like a gunslinger mentality down there. So to get him in a Chiefs uniform, I mean, we kind of need that. Alex Smith isn't. I wouldn't say he's a gunslinger. He's more of a manager. You know what I mean? He's more of management and placing the ball. He's not. He's not. You know what I mean? Wily. He can make the plays, but he's just not. I don't know. He's getting up there in age. He just doesn't have that real fire behind him.
Right.
In my opinion. So for this was huge. Two first rounders, Jeff. This year's and next year's.
It better pan out for him if they're giving up picks like that just to get one guy.
Like you said, though, the face of the franchise is what they want to call him. Mahomes. So everybody check that, write that down a little bit. Mahomes supposed to be the next big thing in Kansas City. Going to get his jersey. Hurry up and get some memorabilia. Get some stuff signed if you've seen. He's supposed to be the future. So, I mean, that's just that's some real things going on for the Chiefs right now. Jamal Charles is gone. Mahomes is coming in.
Now let's kind of switch over to Chicago. What's the face of the future in Chicago?
Well, I guess Trubisky. They went from the third pick in the draft to the second pick in the draft. And what did they give up?
They gave up all kinds of shit. They gave up 2 third-round picks and a 4th-round pick just to go up.
Plus
One spot.
plus the plus the 3rd overall pick just to go up one spot. So they essentially traded 4 picks for 1 pick.
Yeah.
And went up 1 spot. Now tell me, do y'all think that really makes any sense?
I don't think it does. Especially since he can't do shit.
I'm going to do my own version of real or BS. Instead of doing it all at the end of the show, Rob, I'm going to do my real or BS kind of through the show. How about that? That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to post something to you right here. Real or BS that who they trade with, the 49ers, real or BS that they play mind games with them on whether, because a lot of people don't even think they were going for Trubisky. So did the 49ers kind of play that to where the Bears thought they were, so that they did all that trading? Because they went back 1 spot and still got the guy they wanted to get. And that's what everybody was saying. Like, the 49ers want this guy.
The 49ers, I don't think, feel that they're hurting on quarterback anyways.
Well, no, they have, what's his name? No, the guy, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins.
That's right, they signed Cousins. Yeah,
well, he's been talking to him. I don't know if they signed him yet. He might have been signed. I'm not sure, but I know they've been talking to him, and I know he was real interested in him. So,
they don't need.
I just think that the 49ers played mind games with him.
Yeah, because now they got hella picks.
And they picked up 3 picks and fell back 1 spot and still got the guy they wanted. Like, why did the Bears go up 1 spot? They didn't want to risk whether they thought that they were going to get Trubisky or not?
I think they probably would have been better off with Cutler.
I think Trubisky's going to be one of them guys that falls, that like it just everybody thought was his deal, and just eats it. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't think that and he might do good, but is he an Andrew Luck?
Watch him come out and be like that, though.
I mean, is he a Luck?
Watch him come out and have a spectacular
with the
season.
Bears?
You never know. It could happen. He could very well get laid on his ass, but
clearly with that Bears line, yeah, you're definitely gonna get laid on his ass. I mean, if they're putting that boy in to start week 1, he's gonna be. He's gonna get hurt. He might get hurt up in Chicago. I mean, honest to God, you gonna put that boy in the behind on that team, and that's another thing they was talking about on ESPN was the fact that that the Chiefs had the 27th pick, which means they went deep into the playoffs, or not deep, but you know what I mean. They had a postseason, I believe. I'm kind of drawing a blank right there, but so they got a playoff contending team, and they traded up and got a quarterback who they want to be the face of their franchise. So we'll say one more time. But the Bears traded all that, went up 1 spot, and now they're going to put all this pressure on Trubisky to try to come in and take a shit squad and do something with it. You know what I mean? How is he going to be successful at all?
They're not.
How is he going to be successful at all?
They need everything. They need runners. They need defenders. They need people that can stop everyone from coming to the quarterback.
They need a front office.
No, yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ. So I don't know. It's a weird. It was just a weird way that it played out for them to trade up, and it was weird that we've been talking about for a few years now how quarterbacks haven't been going high, and then all of a sudden these 3 quarterbacks go in the top 15. I mean, that's to me the draft was. I mean, there wasn't too many big crazy things out there except for the quarterbacks. I really didn't think that I didn't know the Chiefs were going for a quarterback, for one.
Think they were either.
And for 2, I didn't think they were that high on Mahomes. But I mean, I guess they seen something. They better have seen something.
Yeah.
For what they traded, they better have gotten something back.
Yeah, they better have gotten
But
something.
I think that he knows, and I think Alex Smith knows that Alex Smith probably got a year or 2.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? They're gonna probably try to groom Mahomes. Let him sit for a year or 2. Let him get used to the offense. So when he comes in, he's gonna be totally productive. You know how Andy Reid is.
Yeah.
Andy Reid. I like Andy Reid, man. He gets down to it. So I really think that they're gonna put Mahomes in a way better situation than Trubisky. So
we'll see what happens come season.
I mean, let's see.
He's definitely gonna be better off than Trubisky.
Let's touch back on this subject. halfway through the season and see how each other's doing. You know, given that we know the team is better or, you know, different, whatever, but we'll still judge them on, you know, what they're doing and what we, if we think it was worth giving up what they gave up. Because a lot of people after the draft, a lot of people don't even think about what people gave up and this and that. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, this is who we got and this and that.
Right.
You know what I mean? People don't really go into it. They gave up quite a bit. I mean, both teams gave up quite a bit if you really look at it, especially with these deep drafts that have been going through. Jeff, I know you say you don't watch too much of it, but I will tell you what I've watched the last few years is the drafts are starting to get a lot deeper. I mean, think about it. You have the greatest quarterback potentially of all time, Tom Brady, coming in the 6th round. Mm-hmm. You have one of the elite receivers in the game right now coming in the 6th round, Antonio Brown. I mean, you have late rounders doing stuff that first rounders could have never done. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's like all this extra stuff. Those picks are,
everybody fits in a certain scheme.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's like there could be a particular play style that one guy has that doesn't fit this team.
Exactly. So he'll never shine.
But a Bill Belichick, he sees something in him that.
And then he gets them, and then he turns them into a totally different player. Yeah, and that's. I mean, that's it's fun to see that. You know what I mean?
Because, like you said, you're getting people out of the 6th round and whatnot, and it definitely goes to show that it doesn't matter when you get picked, you can still have stardom.
And that's why I was saying those picks are that much more valuable. It's not those 3rd rounders. I mean, you can get beasts in the 3rd round. You get beasts in the 4th round. So giving up those type of picks and so many of them for one player or to go up one spot, fucking mind blowing. I mean, the Bears did it again. Nobody thought the Bears was gonna do something crazy, and then they go and they do the shit again. Like, good night.
Every year. Is
he really gonna be all of that though? Is what I don't get it. I don't understand. Y'all tell me. Have you seen anything you like? I mean, is anything at all cool? No. I mean, I don't know about Trubisky. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think it was worth giving up all of that to go up one spot, and you didn't even think that. I don't think the 49ers was gonna get him.
They weren't. They got Cousins.
It doesn't make any sense. So I mean, other than that, if you guys seen something in the draft, let us know.
Let us know.
I mean,
we didn't watch too much of it.
I watched a couple things, but I didn't. You know what I mean? I haven't. Like I said, we didn't. We expected Rob to be here, and he usually has a nice little, cheat sheet for us.
I'll kind of shout something out real quick. My girl Kelsey, she went to school with this guy, and apparently he got drafted by the Washington Redskins.
Really?
I don't know what position he plays, but apparently he.
Well, we did. I know Mizzou had a DN go in the 1st round. DN or linebacker. I thought it was linebacker. Connor told me it was a DN. So
well, I think he was in Texas. Somewhere down in Texas.
Oh, that's where he got drafted from?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. She went to school with him?
Yep.
Well, that's cool, man. So, sweet.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Hey,
watching or not,
that's pretty cool, man. Shout out. So, yeah, let us know on the draft. Let us know what, if you thought anything was crazy, what teams y'all, what teams you're going for, first of all, and if you thought that your team did what they were supposed to do, if they filled the needs, if you thought they should have done something else. I mean, if there's any Chicago fans out there, please let me know how you feel about that, because I don't.
If you're a Chicago fan, you might as well just put yourself under a rock somewhere.
Well, I mean, you're going to have a few years of
shit stacking.
I mean, you're going to have a few years of really some tough times. And I don't know if you've seen, this is a little, tonight we're just going off the top, guys. So, this is, I'm just throwing this out there. I was watching ESPN the other night, and it was, have you seen the show about the We Are Row 203 or something? It's about, or We Are Section 203 or something. It's about Chicago fans and how they go to the game. And it's like the narrator is the beer guy. And it just, there's like people there, and it's just, at first I thought it was kind of corny and I wasn't going to watch it, but my kids started playing around, you know what I mean, and I had to go chase them, and next thing you know, it went from SportsCenter to this, and so it was like, and then once my son gets on me and we lay down, it's like, if the remote ain't close, I can't change the channel, because I'm trying to get him to sleep, you know what I mean? Anyways, it came on, I ended up watching it for a little while. Well, I mean, it was pretty damn good, so I've been watching that a little bit, and it's about Chicago fans, but they also talk about the down times. And you ain't a real fan if you don't ride with your team through the ups and the downs. If you don't ride with your team through the downs, You ain't a real fan.
I
You
was
know
a
what I mean?
Rams fan until they fucking left.
Well, that's totally different. That's
Well,
not
no,
a down.
That's what I'm saying. Like they were down the whole time.
Well, I know. I'm saying them leaving. Them leaving
Rams
it gives
haven't-
you justification. Cause
Right.
Right.
But the Rams ain't had a season since like 2005, 2006.
Huh. That's a. I mean, that's.
They've been down for quite some time.
I don't even talk about the Rams anymore. Who are the Rams?
Bunch of bitches. Stan Kroenke and his bitch ass.
Kroenke, that man. Shout out to the Cronkies, I guess. I don't know. Maybe let me take that back. There ain't none of them watching.
I'm gonna burn down.
Well, I mean, if they are watching, I mean, hook us up. We need at least just a room where we can set up a nice studio or something. I mean, damn, put us in business. We getting some views. We can do some ads and shit. I mean, I'm plugging us, Rob. I'm trying to get us on, man. Trying to get that paper coming in. Let's do this. Shoot, shout out, like, hey, do it all, man. Do it. Tag people, just do it all, man. You know what I mean? Damn.
Throw us out there.
We're trying to get out there. We're trying to get subjects. And I told y'all 1,000 times, even if it's not a sports subject, put it up there. We'll touch on it. You know what I mean? Like
even if we don't know shit about it,
we'll do some research. We'll talk about it. We'll do this. We'll do that. If you want to see any type of something, let us know. You know what I mean? I'll do whatever y'all want to do to get some likes, comments. Thanks, y'all. Likes, comments. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Just let us know. We're gonna bring it to you. We're gonna make it happen. Coming soon. I know. I've been talking to Rob about it. I don't know if I've talked to you about it much, but we're gonna get some YouTube channel going. That way we can get all of our videos lined up so people can see, week to week, and it's not hard.
Not only that, there's a bigger variety of people.
Well, we get subscribers, we can get people like that, and then that way you don't have to scroll up and down the page looking for each week's episode. You know what I mean? We're
especially when he posts.
Brainstorm. We're trying to make ideas, trying to get it to where people can
give us some information on what to do
to get involved, and so that people can spread it and share us and see everything that we're, all the hard work we're doing, all the shows we're putting together. This has been 2 months since we started doing this.
It's been a while.
I mean, this is, and it's been fun. We want to keep doing it. I enjoy it. So thank you again. I just wanted to do that. This is live. We're substitute teaching. We're gonna get off this book a little bit. We'll do this. We'll do that. Whatever we want to do, we're gonna do it. Ain't that right, Jeff?
That is exactly right.
You want to give somebody a shout out? Give somebody a shout out, man.
I don't want to give anybody a shout out. I want to get some shit off my chest.
It's time?
It's time.
It's time.
I want all of you assholes out there that put down Boston 2 weeks ago.
Did I put them down?
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
You said they were done. But
I did say they were
2
done.
weeks ago, there were some people saying, oh, fuck Boston. Boston ain't going nowhere. Boston ain't doing shit. Boston's done. There ain't no hope for Boston. Well, what happened? They've won 6 games straight.
Wow. Talk about a turnaround.
All they did was they were down 0-2. 0-2! 0-2.
And won the next 4?
They won the next 6.
Well, I know, but they won the next 4 to close the series. Yeah.
Rondo being hurt definitely helped in that
I was going to say, to touch on that series a little bit, Rondo being in that lineup, y'all was in trouble, man. You got to admit that.
I don't know.
I'm not saying you wouldn't have lost the series. I'm not saying you
wouldn't
have
Isaiah
lost.
Thomas came back from the funeral and shit with his sister, he's been in attack mode. He's been a beast.
He's been in attack mode the whole series.
53 points he dropped yesterday.
I wouldn't say he been in attack mode all playoffs, Jeff. He ain't been no problem. I would say after the funeral, his teammates stepped up. His teammates finally was a little bit more relaxed. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They finally kind of got that out of their system.
Isaiah had a lot of tension before, and he was cussing people out on the sidelines. He was
and his teammates was feeling it for sure.
Mm-hmm. But I want to call all y'all assholes out though. I stuck with it. Boston has a series.
Jeff said he been there. He wasn't gonna let him down. He called it the whole time.
Boston went. They came. They succeeded.
Man, look.
They're going.
Why she gotta say that, man?
What? What'd she say?
Talking about OKC.
Oh.
Why I gotta? You here now? You might as well get your lickings in too.
So what happened?
I'll tell you like I told Rob. Here we go. We're gonna start again. I thought we was gonna get a week without not doing this.
Next question. Next question.
Yeah, okay.
Russell Westbrook and did you see the post game interview?
What's that?
They were trying to there was a reporter.
Yeah,
he was trying to ask Steven Adams a question. And he was like, "No, we're a team. Next question. Next question. Next question."
The reporter actually wouldn't even give up the mic. He was like, "No, I want an answer." He said, "We get paid to do this. I want an answer to my question."
When he was reporting for Doc Rivers next, he asked the same fucking question, bro. To Doc Rivers, and Doc Rivers was like, "I don't know. They play their offense. We play ours. That's all there is to it."
No, it couldn't be Doc Rivers. He coaches for the Clippers. You're talking about
Oh yeah, it wasn't Doc.
I know who you're talking about though.
Houston.
D'Antoni.
Yeah, they were asking him.
That's.
But yeah, Boston strong all the way. We're going.
Russ just needs some help. Russ just needs some
next.
help. Oh, I'm sorry, I had to get that off. So okay, so let's touch on that. That's because that's what I wanted to go with. So you think you think that? So it was impressive how. Well, sit back, because we're gonna get into this Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready, because I got some questions for you. So the way that the Boston bounced back from Chicago, and the way they did that, that's they played great. And the two games against Washington, you think that they're locked up to go to the conference finals?
I don't know. They're going to the conference finals. I got that. That's under their belt. After I've seen the way that John Wall and Bradley Beal are playing on the road, I will give the Wizards one game at home. So it's going to be a 4-1 series. It's not going to be a sweep, but this is what I see coming. The Wizards are going to win game 1 on the road. Boston's going to come in and take game 2.
Well, and you watched last night, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was tough. It was a nail biter. It went into overtime. Washington, at the end of regulation, they had John Wall that had a really good look at the rim.
He had a nice step back.
Mm-hmm.
Had a nice step back.
Missed it. And then Bradley Beal had a wide open
jumper. And see, I want to make this point before we go any farther, okay? This is why coaches tell you to shoot with a little bit of time still left on there. Because what happened, Jeff? Like you just said, he shot with maybe like 5 seconds left, missed it. Bradley Beal got a clear-cut, wide-open rebound and a wide-open look.
5 or 6 feet.
Wide open look, yeah. And he was probably only 8 to 10 feet away from the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he wasn't far at all. Jumper, nobody around him. And
almost airballed it.
I think he did airball it. I really do. I think he did airball it. Anyway, so I mean, they were 2 shots away
from winning it.
And it being 1-1.
And then they went into overtime. And Isaiah killed it in overtime. Isaiah's cocky. I don't know if you actually, how much did you pay attention to the game?
I watched the whole fourth quarter.
The whole fourth quarter? Okay.
And overtime.
Isaiah crossed over Morris. Just made him look dirty. He stared him down the whole way back to court.
Well, this series has gotten very, very chippy.
Bodies are flying everywhere. I like this style of basketball.
Horford, I seen this too. Horford, kind of, I guess, threw down Morkeith. Well, he didn't throw him down. Somehow or another, he hurt Morkeith in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
So in the second game, not even 12 seconds into it, Morris and Horford are going for a loose ball, and Morris throws him into the crowd. I mean, they didn't call it technical or nothing because it was, you could kind of see it was like, but you could see at the end of it where he pushed him down into the crowd and just ran up the court, and they didn't call it or nothing. And Horford's like, what the hell doing? So you could see that there's already that going on. And I mean, I think it was the late third, because I started watching towards the end of the late third, but I think it was the late third, maybe beginning of the fourth, where they got into it again. Did you see where Isaiah was going over towards the bench? Did you see that? Oh, yeah, check that out, man. Isaiah, he got up and went over towards the bench, and they were jawing again, and him and Morris were going at it, man.
Him and Morris
they
were
both
going at it all night.
They got a double tech, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I did see that.
Yeah.
But, and then, he got Morris fouled out.
Yep. And Gortat fouled out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
we got to get their big men in foul trouble if we want to win the series.
I was gonna say in Washington, I feel like they can win 2 in Washington. I really do, and I'm not saying that the Celtics are going to lose the series. I'm saying if the Wizards can play like they played the first two games, especially the second game, if they can play that well at home, the crowd's going to give them that extra boost to get them over.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So I think it can easily be a 2-2 series. I feel like it's going to be a very tough. It's already been a very physical series, the first two games. So I feel like that.
Boston's coming back from deficits, though.
Well, did you see early in the game, Isaiah Thomas falls to the ground? Did you see that where he fell and banged his where his tooth, right where his tooth had been knocked out in the first game, or not? Was it the first game?
Yeah.
His tooth had been knocked out, and bam, he fall. I can't remember. I believe it was in the first quarter. He falls, and his face literally smacks right on the court, right where. And the whole rest of the game, he's messing with his tooth, and you could tell he wasn't comfortable at all. So
and he still dropped 53.
And still killed it. I mean, I'm not a Celtics fan at all. I've never really cared for the Celtics, but to see what he did last night, I definitely want to see the Cleveland Celtics match up in the Eastern Conference Finals. I feel like that'll probably be, especially playing in the Garden.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those are just it's always a nice spectacle.
And
up
Boston and Cleveland have always had a rivalry since LeBron. Since LeBron's been in there, and since the Big Three in Boston, there's been a hellacious rivalry just between the two teams. And same thing with Miami when LeBron went to Miami. So I'm looking forward to that series. And
that kind of brings me to what I was going to ask you in the fact that with Boston playing such a physical series with the Wizards, and I see it going a long series. Do you see it going a long series?
I don't.
You see it going 5 games?
6 games tops.
Well, that's a long series.
To me, it's not. 7 is long.
Okay, well, 6 or 7. Okay,
I see it going 5 or 6 games.
So it's 5 or 6 physical games. Can we say that?
Very physical.
So, and with the way the Cavs are handling Toronto, we'll get into that in a minute. But I don't feel like Toronto's going to be.
Toronto's not even. I don't even think Toronto's going to win a game.
Milwaukee would have been a better matchup in my opinion. But well, that's a talk for another day. The Cavs are pretty much going there.
They're solidified on.
Yes, Rob, you heard me right. The Cavs is pretty much going to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think it's going to be pretty much a cakewalk to get through the Raptors. I mean, they're a great team, but Cleveland clearly has their number. They have for a while. So I just think it was a bad draw. If Toronto would have got Boston, that could have been. And that would have been a fun series. Toronto, Boston, and the Wizards, Cleveland, because I think the Wizards could give Cleveland a run for their money. I really do.
They did in the regular season.
So I think the way that got drawn out, and that's another thing.
That's what we talked about, I think, on the first substitute day, Rob.
Talking about how Cleveland wanted that number 2 seed. I think they looked deeper into the playoffs. And a lot of people would be like, oh, just like me, I was like, he's taking the easier way out, which he still is taking the easier way out.
Bracket.
But, I mean, honestly, when you think about it, it's the smartest thing to do. Which I'm not saying
I'm not saying that, like, be afraid of the competition. But, I mean, fuck.
But that's basically what he did. I mean, they went to the second, and they seen who that could be. And I mean, they knew what they were doing. So it's Rob. Shout out to LeBron. He's a little bit, thinking a little farther ahead. I would say. Boston was just happy to have number 1 seed in the home court advantage. You know what I mean? So that's what every team's trying to get. But Cleveland, they were playing the odds. You know what I mean? They were playing. They were playing who they thought the matchups were. They were playing the matchups. So.
I mean, their matchups were Indiana, Atlanta, or Toronto.
So, with Cleveland probably, fairly easily getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, is Boston going to be too tired after this Wizards? This Wizards series, because it's physical, and I'm telling you, the Wizards are going to win one at home.
The thing with Boston is they've got depth. So their starters, Isaiah Thomas, Al Horford, Jay Crowder, and Avery Bradley, they can sit, and they only play 28 minutes a game. The start of the fourth quarter, John Wall was at 33 minutes. Fatigue factored in on John Wall and Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
Especially with as rough and gritty as they're playing.
Well, you can see with the last 2 shots, they were both short.
Gassed. Completely. So I think that with the way that Boston is substituting, Brad Stevens is one hell of a coach.
Yes, he is. He made a hell of a transition.
I almost think that he could be the next Popovich level on coaching.
Whoa!
Each season he's gotten significantly better for Boston.
Really? A Popovich style.
A god.
Damn. Oh, God.
He
That's
took
crazy.
a Boston squad that was getting shattered and destroyed to pieces, and each year made them better. They're #1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and
they're fighting in the playoffs.
And they wanted him too when they went
how
for
many,
him.
How many All-Stars do they have on their team?
One. Yeah.
#1 seed. 6 games straight in the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, that's why I said I got to give the little man Isaiah Thomas. We say little man, but
5'9". He's as tall as I am.
Yeah, he's as tall as us. You got to give him
53 points.
You got to give him all the credit and love in the world, especially for everything he's going through. Like nobody, you can't
fucked
be
up his tooth.
Knocked his tooth completely
sister.
out. I mean, it's just you got to give that man some respect, some love. You know, shout out Isaiah Thomas. Anybody knows that?
Hashtag Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, well, give him a shout out. Tell him, come tune in, view us. Give us a shout out.
Right. Get us paid, Isaiah.
Another thing with Isaiah, though, we'll talk. This is the last thing I think with the Boston. Though it's not really to do with the playoffs, but a little bit. But Kobe.
Isaiah's getting pointers from Kobe Bryant. Game tips.
And
watching film with Kobe Bryant.
And there's a lot of people like, why is Kobe helping out a Celtic? You know what I mean? A lot of people, they do not like
rivals.
I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a rival. And Kobe's over here helping. I mean, I know he's helping the person, not the team, really, but the team is succeeding.
Because of that person.
And it's not like LA is going to be going for the championship and so is Boston, but still at the same time. Still at the same time, you would think maybe you could keep that like under wraps or something. Like even if you wanted to help him, like get it to where nobody's gonna be making articles like this and shit. Because it was an article on ESPN how Kobe Bryant was helping a Celtic, and that's what the news is gonna write about. That's what we're gonna talk about because it's in the news. So
exactly.
It's like this. I don't know, and it's nothing to really who gives a shit, but I don't know. I mean, if he's 1 or 2 on greatest Laker of all time. So why are you helping the Celtics?
Kareem.
He's 1 or 2 in my book all day. Probably
Kobe?
D. Yeah.
Well, you got Magic and Kobe, then Kareem.
That's a debate for another day. The Lakers' greatest of all time. We'll do that another day. But yeah. So, I mean, what is your feelings on? Let me ask you: is it real or BS that he's helping him? Do you like a rival helping your team to win?
If he gets the job done, yeah.
You don't care. You just
if
want
he's
the W.
sabotaging my team, fuck Kobe Bryant. But if he's helping little Isaiah Thomas in the fourth quarter, winning games,
oh, shit.
I'm with it. Let it happen.
Okay, so he don't even care. He said as long as his team's winning, he don't even care. Wow. Okay. What do we want to touch on next? Where
Western Conference, Utah and LA.
You want to touch on that series for a second?
Let's touch on it. It's tough. LA has blown the last 5 years. Hold on. Every single year, they've had at least a 2-game lead in the series. 5 years in a row.
It just blows my mind. They have 3 All-Stars, All-Star coach, you could say.
Doc Rivers is an All-Star coach.
I mean, they have every piece of the puzzle. They have shooters. They have youth. They have old guys. They have it all. They got the coach's son on the team, for God's sake.
Now, let me ask you this. Does playing in the Western Conference really mean that much? If you've got a squad like the Clippers, or is it just player fault?
No, it shows how, I would say it shows how difficult and how a little bit how much better or how much more competition is in the West. You look at the West, there were 4 teams that had almost better records than every team in the East.
I'm going to go this route.
Let me hear what you
I
got.
think that the Clippers, it's players' fault.
Players' fault.
Players' fault.
They got to play against the Spurs, the Rockets, Golden State.
All teams that are easily beatable. Let's put it this
Golden
way.
State's easy.
Okay, not Golden State. But the rest of the Western Conference is relatively easy. Memphis Grizzlies, San Antonio.
Spurs are not easy. Even though the Rockets did what they did last night, we'll get into that because that was crazy. The Rockets, the Spurs are not easy.
I don't think the Spurs are anything like what they used to be in past years. I think that the loss of Tim Duncan is taking a toll on the roster. It could be a mental issue, the locker room pickup, and it could just be related to that, and that's mental.
The Spurs is out there, boy. You better get on 2K. What are they, the second best team?
That's what it says, but
Yeah,
I don't agree.
Pop is a man.
Pop is.
I feel like I could go suit up for a Pop. You know what I'm talking about? Just, hey, Pop, I'm ready to go. Put me in the game. Tell me what you need me to do. I feel like I can go do something for him. Get in there and call a timeout. You know what I mean?
If you get sign this boy over here. He's ready for a contract.
Pop, let me get in there. I can go in there and call a timeout for you real quick. I'll get in there and be right in that ref's face. Timeout. Yeah, be the best timeout caller ever. Sign me up, Pop. Shit.
But if you put a younger team in front of the Spurs, they're not handling it. You got James Harden, who can manipulate defenses like no other. You've got people that just can run and gun and do everything, fast break threes. The Spurs defense isn't set for that. They want sets.
So what about the Clippers? What are the Clippers set for?
Failure?
He said failure, y'all. You hear this, man?
You say they got shooters. You've got Jamal Crawford.
Rob, I'm always about that life. You better chill out, boy.
Jamal Crawford is, first of all, aging. He is a tremendous ball handler. But he's never consistent shooting the ball. DeAndre Jordan, he's probably a huge downfall for the team. Free throws.
Downfall?
Hold on. Free
What?
throws. When you miss a free throw, the team morale goes down because.
Well, I understand that, but there's a lot of guys out there who.
Does that dude miss?
Well, he's one of the better free throw shooting guys out of all the big men that can't shoot free throws. There's a bunch of them boys out there that can't shoot free throws, but he's one of
the
better.
worst.
No, he's not. Not
Yes.
on 2K, he's not. I go by 2K ratings. 2K, he's got like a 55. All them other guys is like 40-something. Yeah, I'm telling you. You better check it out.
2K
You
ratings.
better look at, I'm on them 2K ratings. They don't do that shit for fun. Ask Rob, bro. But Rob don't even want to do shit. Rob don't ever want to play me. Rob, he's sending home sick, but I guarantee he don't want to get on the sticks, though. I can guarantee you that. He's at home. We better be taking some cough medicine, better be going to bed soon. Because the show's about to be over real quick. I know you're going to be getting real tired.
Really tired.
You better cuddle up with your blanket, Rob. Especially when you play me, it's going to be a long night. Anyways, Jeff. Speaking of which, Jeff, whenever you got time, you can go on and stay over, too. Because y'all ain't got nothing on me. And I want that to be known to the world. I want all our 500. Yeah, Rob, tonight, if you got some time. Because clearly, I'll play however you want to play. You set it up, I'll play. You set it up and I will play. It doesn't matter to me. We could play 2-minute quarters. I'm still finna run. 14-8 or something.
We'll hit that up one day.
Okay, so yeah.
I'm always on for some 2K.
Rob said, let's go. We'll see, Rob. Because honest to God, I'm telling you, by the time I get off here, you're going to be like, hey, man, I got super tired, man.
I'm not feeling that well.
Took a shower, man, and now I'm like super fucking tired, man. Like, I don't know. Yeah, Rob, that's my impression of you last time, because whatever. Anyways. So, back to the Clippers, yeah.
I don't see him keeping Griffin, most of all.
Griffin's gone. I can say that right now.
I think Paul might stay. He might look for he might go to chase a ring.
Paul's gone.
And I don't know who he'd
Paul
go
is gone.
to.
He's not staying. Paul is gone. And like you said, I don't know where he's going. Paul is gone.
I think Paul
is gone. Paul might go over. He might switch the locker rooms, go over to the Lakers. He's been wanting to play for the Lakers. I could see him and Paul George going to the Lakers and really setting some shit off because they got some big men down there. So I'm mark my words. Check this tape in about 3 months, however many months later.
Do you think the Lakers?
Chris Paul is gonna be. He's gonna be away from the Clippers, and he could possibly be in LA. Check the tape.
Do you think that the Lakers would take Griffin and Paul?
No, because I think the Lakers. Paul George has already bought a house in LA.
Really?
He signed on a house the day after the playoff loss. Yeah. There's articles all about that. So I feel like Paul George is definitely going to LA. So and he can't be the only one. He's got to have something kind of going on, kind of like the LeBron and the D-Wade. Mm-hmm. He got somebody working with him.
Chris Bosh came in.
Who else wanted to go to the LA so bad? Chris Paul. And what irony it would be for him to not ever be able to get it done as a Clipper, but be able to put on a Lakers uniform and get it done in the same building. Now, wouldn't that be some shit?
That'll be really good for Luke Walton.
But wouldn't that be some shit?
It would be. Same building.
To go from across town, literally, across town. These are cross-town rivals, LA Clippers, LA Lakers. To go from one to the next and be shitty for 5 years when you should have been good, and then potentially be able to come over here, team up with another all-star.
Paul George, Julius Randle.
I mean, they had, you got D'Angelo Russell, you can put him at your 2. I mean, you got all kinds of, you got Brandon Ingram you just signed who needs a little bit more time to progress. You got a lot of options to go right there at the Lakers. So, I don't know. The LA Clippers are definitely good and blown up. I think it was a joke what they did in the playoffs. I really do. I feel like Doc Rivers, he had been offered the GM position in Orlando.
He might take it.
I think he was already looking ahead. This team just didn't look focused. They got up and they just didn't look focused. Like, how do you? I just don't understand how you.
Or did Utah just outplay him?
It doesn't. I mean, a lot of people are talking about how Gobert went down, Clippers won, Gobert came back, Clippers lost. But Blake Griffin also got hurt too. So, but how many times? I've been watching the ESPN analysts. How many times are you going to keep putting the same team, the same product on the court, and it not get it done? You see what I'm saying? How many times are you going to do that?
Right.
You can't keep putting the same players out there who are not getting it done.
You just can't.
That's like drinking the same beverage and still being thirsty. You know what I mean? It's like you got to do something about it. So I think... and while we're talking about Utah, we might as well jump into that. So with the Clippers they're going to be totally blown up. We both agree on that, I believe. So, I mean, we'll see who goes from there. I think maybe Austin Rivers might still be there.
Austin Rivers might stay.
But he might go to Orlando with his daddy. You never know.
Could.
So
He could. He very well could.
So we'll see on that. Let's touch on Utah a little bit.
Utah. They're in Golden State.
Can they do anything?
It was a close game, 96-104. And I'm going to shock the world here. Well, shock the people that are watching.
The 500 viewers or so that we get every week.
I see Utah matching up really well against the players in Golden State. And I can actually see if they can find a way to produce good offense, I see Utah beating Golden State.
In the game or in the series?
In the series.
No fucking way.
I see it.
No way.
If they can produce offense, the very first game in Golden State, 96-104.
There's no way. Do y'all hear this? He just said that Utah could beat Golden State.
In a 7-game series, I do believe that Utah can beat Golden State.
In a series. We ain't even talking about a game. We're talking about a whole fucking series, y'all. He just said...
I could be wrong. But you know what? I can see it happening. All they have to do is produce offense.
To beat Golden State. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all. Rob, I'll check myself if I want to. Thank you, Mr. Regulator. You should have been here tonight if you wanted to tell me what to do. You should have been here. But guess what? We live. You can't do nothing about it. So thank you.
Rob.
Ha! Thank you. Looking good tonight. Feeling good tonight too. Y'all been working all day. Good night. Finally glad to just be able to sit back and talk a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Go chill, watch some playoffs, get something to eat. I'm hungry, y'all. I'm telling y'all something. I'm hungry now. Hungry, but I'm gonna push through it.
You and me both.
I'm gonna push through it.
I'm very hungry.
I'm gonna push through it.
Yeah. But if Utah doesn't beat out Golden State, if they don't,
They're not.
I do see Houston beating Golden State.
So you're gonna put Houston already past. Okay, so hold on. Let's back up a little bit. So.
Oh, Houston's got this wrapped.
Okay, so we disagree on the Utah and Golden State. I think Golden State's gonna clean them up. I think it's gonna be a sweep. Maybe Utah might get one game.
One game?
Yeah, they might get one game. And so to to move ahead, let's jump into the Rockets Spurs. We might as well do that then. I'm gonna tell y'all something. That game to me was crazy as hell. I did not think that the Rockets would be able to go into San Antonio and beat the Spurs like they did.
You've got Patrick Beverley guarding Tony Parker. Patrick Beverley is the best defender
at a guard spot.
In a guard spot. And you've got him guarding Tony Parker. I saw numerous possessions where Tony Parker's just trying to run around somewhere and he can't do it.
Can't do it.
He's right there on him. And that's if you don't have Tony Parker assisting, getting buckets, the pick and roll, if he can't dish off the pick and roll, what's San Antonio's offense?
Right.
You've got Kawhi Leonard, who is developing on the offensive end. He's not fully developed. And on defense, he's kind of stuck because he's guarding Ryan Anderson. Houston puts Ryan Anderson in the corner off somewhere and hides him, drives the lane,
right,
and draws in Kawhi. Dishes right open to Ryan Anderson. So, offensively and defensively, Kawhi's getting played like a fiddle. And LaMarcus Aldridge, who the fuck is he? Where's he been?
He's shout out Connor. He ain't never really liked the Aldridge trade going to the Spurs. He's never been a fan of it. He said it didn't fit the system the whole time. He's been a diehard Spurs fan for as long as I can remember. So that was something that I kind of kept my eye on. And he's right. He just really doesn't fit.
He does not fit
I don't
Pop's
know.
system.
Yeah, well, for whichever reason, he's just not putting up the numbers he's definitely capable. I've seen Aldridge put up, 40 points and damn near 20 boards. I mean, the boy can do it. It's just, I guess, not in this system.
He should have stayed in Portland.
If he did, and they would have got Nurkic, them two down low would have been crazy. But I mean, I don't think the series is a wrap. A lot of people are just saying that the way Houston handled the Spurs, that it's a wrap. And that's kind of what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's crazy, Jeff. I think that's crazy. Do you hear this, Rob? He thinks that Houston's got the Spurs wrapped.
2 games.
My guy Connor, man, if he could get on here, he would have something to say about that. But I'll speak for him a little bit. I'm not even a Spurs fan, but I will respect what Popovich puts out on the floor, and I will respect Leonard because I've always respected the way he plays both ends of the court.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't like the Spurs at all. I don't care if they win a title or not. But for the way that Leonard plays and for what Popovich means to the game, I think the series is going to be a long drugging out series.
I see it going 6.
I see it going 7 again. I don't know why I said again, but I see it going 7. I also see this being such a physical series. I know that the Golden State and Utah it was getting pretty physical itself, but Golden State has players for days. They could rest 2 or 3 players and still come out and win by probably 20. So for them to have so much backup, this is going to be another series where whoever comes out of the Rockets and the Spurs is going to be beat up. They're going to be beat up and they're going to be tired. And seeing, since I think Golden State's going to come out of the Utah series, seeing how they have so much ammo, such an arsenal of players, I feel like that's going to be another one of those where this team's so emotionally drained, so physically drained, that you're going to be able to tell. and they'll probably get down a game or two, and then that'll be, that's gonna really put them in a hole for the series. Not saying it can't be done to get back out of it, but that's kind of how the playoff series goes sometimes. Sometimes you get a series that you win a series, but it ultimately wipes you out of the playoffs because how much you had to put into it. So, I mean, that's what I see happening, and we disagree on that one. So let's put a bet. Let's put a bet on the Houston Spurs series. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Next week, I don't know how many games is played in between that, but whoever's leading the series by next week, we'll get together and we'll figure out some bet for us.
Leave it in the comments.
Yeah, leave us a bet. The winner or the loser has to do what? If the Rockets are winning the series, then I'm gonna have to do something. If the Spurs are winning the series, Jeff's gonna have to do something. Drop that down there. Rob, you don't count. We're not finna have you doing something great. No, you're not finna.
You still owe Dustin some push-ups.
Yeah,
bruh.
You get disqualified because you didn't want to play me. So you got disqualified on that. I'll take you again on another 3-game series, and we can put another bet down. But as for now, you have lost to me, sir. Yes, you have lost. I'm never leaving the show, ever. You can't fire me. I'm now a co-host, and my mama's watching. Thank you.
Shout out to Dustin's mama.
Where are we at now?
Really, the only thing we got left is...
Did we touch a lot on... I mean, I guess we did touch a lot on the Cavs. I don't want to give LeBron too much love.
There's not really much to talk about with the Cavs. What's happening, Rob? What's happening with the Cavs?
Not too
LeBron
much.
is doing LeBron things. Kyrie's doing Kyrie things. They're winning games.
I mean,
They ain't lost a game in the playoffs yet.
like I said, they have a video game squad.
They ain't lost a game in the playoffs yet.
They haven't?
No.
Okay. Shit. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's doing pretty good. If we wasn't using my phone, 2-0, they already won? All right, bet. Good job. Thanks for the update.
Way to go, Rob.
Thanks for being there. You're not here, but you're still there. We appreciate that.
He wanted to watch the game instead. We got you, Rob.
Yeah, we just figured that out. You wanted to watch the game and be able to still kind of be at the show, too. That's some tricky stuff you got going on there, boy.
That's some BS, Rob.
Straight BS. Anyways, where are we going next, y'all? I don't know. We got people watching. I'm happy. I'm excited.
Do we have any wrestling fans in the?
I'm sure we got some wrestlers. Hold on. Are we finished on the NBA?
I think so. There's not.
We touched on all of them. Let me
Brandon
see.
Roy.
We gonna talk about that? Let's talk about that.
We don't really know details about it, but Brandon Roy was shot near L.A.
Yeah, outside of L.A. They said. What the hell?
What did he get himself into?
What could he have been doing to get shot like that? Because as how me and Rob, and I don't know if you were on that show. That was one of the ones you missed or not. But how we talked about how we watched Michael Porter, that little documentary about him. We watched that. Well, that's Brandon Roy was his coach up there in Seattle.
No shit.
So, I mean, this is kind of hitting home. I mean, that has to do with Michael Porter. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's in contact with him and figuring out what's going on. So that kind of touches with us because obviously Michael Porter's playing for Missouri. Holla. Look at that right there.
Tigers Den.
You already know.
Hashtag.
Shout out Tigers Den. Putting a lot of work into
Tigers
this. Shout it out to my own room in my house. Isn't that crazy? We doing whatever we want today. I done told you, Rob. Doing whatever we want to.
Substitute teaching.
Yeah.
What script?
Got to.
No script.
Yeah, do whatever we want to do, man. Yeah, Rob, it's our show now, and you can never come back.
He's got the key to the house.
Yeah, locked you out. But anyways, yeah, tell me what's going on with wrestling, man. We're gonna talk about wrestling, Mama. If you ain't been watching,
Hold on. I need my notes.
Yeah, get that.
All right. So in wrestling news, we just had the pay-per-view Payback.
Pay-per-view Payback, and I ain't been watching, so this is me learning, just like y'all learning. We both learning.
To me, the pay-per-view was kind of bogus. Not much really happened.
Is it is there a bigger pay-per-view coming up? Like, is there a WrestleMania or something coming up? Royal Rumble, something like that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Because usually they have a couple, like a bogus one before a big one.
This was just the Raw pay-per-view. Usually when the Raw and SmackDown both have a pay-per-view together, it's usually pretty good, but this one was just
Now
Raw.
they're doing their own separate pay-per-views?
Raw has one, SmackDown has one, then they both have one.
So they just growing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
NXT, now they're doing 2 different pay-per-views. So wait, Raw will do a pay-per-view once a month, and then
SmackDown does a pay-per-view once a month, and then
once a month. They both do once a month. They don't alternate months.
No, they in the same month will have.
So like probably 2 weeks apart. They have 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Vince McMahon out here collecting that check, boy. That man, he out. Oh, Lord have mercy, Vince McMahon. That man collecting a check.
In this Payback pay-per-view, the top matches that I noticed, Alexa Bliss, the diva, she ended up beating Bayley and won the women's title for Raw.
What happened to Flair?
Charlotte Flair is on SmackDown now. They had a superstar mix-up, and now she's on SmackDown.
They did a mix-up?
It's like a trade draft.
Oh my God, man! I used to know everything going on, and now it's like I got so much going on that it's like, holy cow! And they done changed it up so much. If y'all ain't watched wrestling in a while, they done changed it up.
Changed the map. SmackDown's now SmackDown Live.
And it's on Tuesday night now, right?
Tuesday on USA.
See, the last time I used to watch it was on Thursday. On like sci-fi, some weird shit. Yeah, like what the
USA
hell?
gave them the permission. Now it's Raw and SmackDown on USA. I think they start at different times, but I got them both recording.
And is it 3 nights in a row because isn't NXT
I think NXT's
on Wednesday?
on Wednesdays.
So it's
but
Monday,
that's only on the
Tuesday,
WWE Network.
Wednesday.
And NXT's only on the WWE Network. If you don't have the WWE Network, it is only $9 and some odd change for the WWE Network. And it's got all sorts of shit. You can go back to when wrestling first started. Forever ago, when Vince McMahon actually had black hair.
He looked kind of young and
Looked kind of... He still walked like he had a stick shoved 8 feet up his ass. But, oh well. But they got shit from way back then. They've got WCW, ECW, Monday Night War. They got everything.
So do we just plug...
It's kind of like Netflix.
The WWE Network?
Yeah, we kind of did.
Well, I'm gonna need a check, WWE, because I'm not gonna plug y'all without getting my cut of the whole deal.
Right. But yeah.
Shout out Vince McMahon if you're watching.
WWE Network, it's good. My dad buys it.
Hell
he
yeah.
pays for the subscription. I just kind of watch it
There you go.
I enjoy it.
Well, hell yeah.
But yeah, Raw, they had their pay-per-view. Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. Oh, Roman
Those
Reigns.
are 2 big guys.
Braun Strowman's fucking huge.
God bless. And I finally went back and did watch the ambulance getting turned over and all that shit. Good night. Did you finally get to see where the ring got broke?
Yeah, it was kind of a bullshit break, but it broke. The ref fell out of the...
Yeah, ref fell out of shit. All the refs started running out and shit. Like, God bless.
But Braun Strowman beat the brakes off of Roman Reigns on this pay-per-view.
No shit.
Took the stairs and crushed his chest with it. Roman Reigns was spitting and coughing up blood.
What?
Bad.
Damn.
The Hardy Boys.
Damn.
So glad they're back. They faced up against Cesaro and Sheamus. The Hardy Boys ended up winning the titles. They showed sportsmanship, shook the hands. They jumped on the top rope, showed the belts, blah, blah, blah. Sheamus and Cesaro turned on them and whooped their ass. Threw them into the posts, the stairs, off the table, off the barricades. Everything. Just whooped their ass. Beat their brakes hard.
Really? Damn, y'all missed all of that.
And then there was a match called the House of Horrors. It was a weird ass match.
The House of who?
Horrors.
What?
It was crazy. The beginning of it was really crazy. But
what is it? What?
Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. And in this house, I mean,
There's a house in the ring? They made the ring into a house?
No. It was like somewhere else. They had to drive to the house. The match was split up into 2 parts. They had to drive to this house, whoop each other's ass in the house, go back to the arena,
and finish in the arena.
What
the fuck? So were y'all watching, like, so did you get to see it live as they traveled back to the arena? Or did they, like...
they just...
So they did the first ring where they whooped their ass, and then next thing you know,
they had a match with someone else inside the ring. And then when Bray Wyatt got back to the arena, they had the rest of their match in the ring. It was stupid how it was set up.
No shit. That sounds crazy.
Randy Orton got a fucking refrigerator dropped on him.
What? God.
It was pretty crazy. I didn't really care for the pay-per-view overall,
But that match was pretty interesting, at least, to say the least.
never seen one.
No, House of Horrors, I've never heard of one. That's, when you told me, I was like, what the hell are they talking about? Like, what?
If I'm missing anything, let me know. But that was
your highlight of the
that was
pay-per-view,
my
huh?
highlights of the pay-per-view.
I'm gonna have to start getting back to where I can actually talk with you and have a respectable conversation. Right now, I don't really know too much about. Like I said, I watched the ring break the last week and broke that news to you and messed you all up. But whatever. That's what we do here. We break news, even if you don't want it. Sometimes, if you gotta know what's going on in sports. You gotta know what's going on.
OKC, not being in the second round of the playoffs.
They just love to keep messing with me. I'm telling you though, next year we're gonna see what's happening. We're gonna see what's happening.
Boston's gonna hold up their championship rings. That's what's gonna happen.
You think they're gonna get all the way there?
I'm hoping they do. I just want to see someone different. Get Golden State and Cleveland the fuck out of the damn championship. Get them out of there.
Well, till LeBron retires, he's gonna have something to say about it.
He's gonna be eating Isaiah Thomas's foot.
We'll see about that.
Rob.
we'll
Boston's
see
strong.
about that.
Boston's going in.
I'm trying to think, man. Columbia. What do we got going on this weekend? I mean, it's been rained out, y'all. It's been.
Check out my Facebook. I've got a video on there.
I seen
driving through a fucking.
That's right up here,
puddle,
right up here on
dude.
Obermiller.
Yep.
Yeah.
I fucking drove through it. I had water going over the hood of my car.
It didn't get in there though. It didn't get in your truck at all.
Hell no. I drove right on through that bitch.
If you haven't seen, dude, check out Jeff's page, Jeff Williams. Go to his page and look it up. You should probably put a link in the description.
Yeah, I'll probably just put the video in the comments.
There we go. Yeah,
that's a badass video.
It was pretty cool, man. I seen it. I was like, what? Is he really gonna go through it? Because at the beginning of the video, there's a car and they're like turning around, and I'm like, okay, Jeff's probably gonna turn around too. Next thing you know, Jeff goes right through that shit. I'm like, hell no. So that was crazy. Yeah.
That was the third time I've been through it.
Really?
Yeah, I went through it the first time, and I was like, I want to record this shit.
Hell yeah.
Turned around, went back through it,
and then went through it again.
And when I went back through it, it got deeper. Because the first time I went through it, I was behind this big-ass truck. And I guess he waved all the water out when I went through it. So when I went back through to get my recording to go back the other way, man, it almost flooded my shit out. I was like, what? I gotta get back the other way, so I gotta go anyways.
Oh.
So I turned it back around, I recorded this one, I was like, yeah. And when you hear my motor revving up pretty high, that's when my tires are making my car float. And I'm not touching the ground.
No shit.
Yeah. Pretty fucking dope.
It was pretty crazy, y'all. Check that out. That was a pretty crazy video. Yeah, man. If you live in Columbia, you know it ain't been nothing but rain.
Nothing but cold weather. Take this cold weather and shove it up your ass. This sucks.
I mean, what the hell, y'all?
I ain't making no money.
This is me neither. Hey, speaking of money, I'm glad you brought that up, Jeff. One of my favorite subjects.
Money.
Gotta get that money. Having a little sale this weekend, y'all. Got whatever you need. I was telling Jeff before we went live. I got whatever you need. I really do. I mean, I've been doing this thing so long. I got. If you need it, I probably got it. So come check me out.
I've been buying mad weights off of him.
And you've been impressed, right? You've been happy with your purchase. See, I mean, I've already got a happy client right here. I mean, it's I got business coming
3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it's working out nicely. I'm gonna have a big sale this weekend, y'all. So I'm gonna have that on my page, obviously. Check that out. Come by, get you something. Obviously, if I know you, I'm gonna make it a little bit better of a deal. But don't be trying to haggle me too much, y'all, because I'm getting sick and tired of that. Getting too much.
I do limited motor vehicle repair.
Jeff plugging himself out here. Yeah, I like that.
Whatever I can do on the ground, I got you. I got you. I work at Custom Complete Automotive. I do know what I'm doing. I have my own shop, J-Dub Automotive.
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah.
Put me out there.
Got you.
You got car troubles, I got you on the low for cheap.
There
cheap,
it is.
cheap.
And he put the tire, what'd you put on my truck?
I don't remember what I put on your truck, but
he did some good shit. I don't know what it was, but he did some good shit. Something to do with my tires. They weren't aligned right or something. I don't know. I had some shit messed up. I think I did. Yeah, it was something. So I definitely appreciate it.
what
I'm looking through the notes. I don't really think we got too much.
I think that's it.
The Hawks GM is getting fired. I don't know, Rob, if you care about the Hawks that much, but their GM's about to be fired.
Do they have LeBron on their team?
No, he doesn't care.
No.
I got you.
When Cleveland gets knocked out by Boston, Rob's done with basketball.
We're going to do just a different subject.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
So when Boston takes out Cleveland in the finals, I'll be bringing up the finals. Yeah. I'll be bringing up basketball.
Yeah. Well, I do know we have some hockey fans because some people were trying to talk to me about the Blues, and I personally haven't. I do like hockey. I wish I could have played it growing up, but I haven't gotten into it too much watching it. But it's something that I've been talked to, and a couple of fans have, asked me to kind of touch on. So we won't do it tonight because I have no information on that at all. I really don't know. But next show, Rob, we're gonna be talking about a little bit of hockey. We'll, it ain't gonna go too far into it, but we'll touch on it.
About hockey.
Not at all.
But we will touch on it.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna do a little research, and we'll bring what we can to you. It's the playoffs,
limited material,
so we won't have to do too much. I mean, it's the playoffs. We can cover kind of what's going on, maybe who they think is the.
Someone needs to call up Barry Melrose and get him a ticket down here.
Please put Barry on the show, man. We need to.
Rob. Finance Barry Melrose.
Do something, Rob. Good night. Stop sitting just on the couch typing. Just make something happen for us.
Right.
This whole time you could have been doing something. You sitting there watching us.
Watching Cleveland.
The best show on TV right now, though.
Yeah.
I know you can. I can tell you that. Best Facebook Live going on right now. Best believe that. But
that's all we got today.
I mean, for the sub, I mean,
y'all got anything? Anything you want us to touch on at all?
Share, like, comment, do all of that. You already know what time it is. We're gonna go upstairs and watch a little playoffs. I don't know what you got going on. I'm gonna go get something to eat and watch these playoffs.
Kelsey made some really good food yesterday. Shocked the hell out of me, but she did. So I'm gonna go eat some food.
Oh, you okay? Well, hey.
And watch the playoffs.
Again, y'all share, comment, like. Let us know who y'all think's gonna win it all. Let us know some topics y'all want us to talk about each week. Tell Rob to get his ass in here. He gotta stop cutting. He can't just be doing it one show here, one show there. No, you gotta be dedicated.
I missed
Rob.
the show for a reason, Rob. I got inked up.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Ooh.
I missed it for a reason.
He do have a reason.
And it looks really good.
Rob just said, he just had some stuff he wanted to say. So, Rob, get better, but get your ass here. I was sick and I did the show too.
Stop being on some BS.
Bring me a script so that we're not just going off the dome, because that shit crazy. But it is funny.
We made notes in 10 minutes.
We did damn good for a 10-minute write-up. I mean, come on now.
Come on, Rob.
And we probably got damn near 100 views while we was live. So, I mean, shout out to us.
If only we were live the first time.
Shout out to us. Yeah, we had a little technical. We're going to get this technical difficulty thing worked out. We're going to get a time together. We're going to start coming to you at 7 sharp. Because I know people was ready for us to come on tonight. It took us a little while to get it all together. We was on Rob's account. It didn't work. We had started. We filmed. It wasn't filming right. We had to do all that.
No one was liking the video.
We knew that it wasn't right because wasn't nobody liking or wasn't nobody viewing the video, and that's bull. We always got some people watching. Every now and then we got people coming in there, so I knew it wasn't right. And Rob, you got to fix your Facebook again. Let me shout out to Rob's Facebook. Your Facebook is not working right somehow or another.
Get it fixed.
Get it together, Rob. Get it together. You're making my head hurt. I mean, goddamn.
Well, I think that's all we got for you tonight, Como.
What'd you get on your arm, real quick?
I got a wolf and a dream catcher.
Here. We going real live with y'all. We really don't do this, y'all. Hey, look, get in here real close. Like, hold on, I gotta switch the camera. Okay. Look at that, y'all. Damn. That's pretty tight, man.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate that. Who did your work? Plug your artist.
I can't plug my artist yet.
Oh, no plugging on the artist.
I can't plug her yet. I plugged her before. Go back into my feed and my Facebook. You'll see my plug, my artist. But
You gotta hold off on that one.
I gotta hold off on that one. Keep it on the low.
Respect.
If you do go and find her, keep it on the hush hush. She ain't supposed to be doing nothing right now, so.
Gotcha. Well, you know how we do. We do what we want to do. We brought you another good show. I know it's been a heavily playoff basketball oriented show here of lately, but we're gonna start branching out. We're gonna start doing different stuff. Like I said, we're gonna bring
You
in.
just gotta comment.
You gotta let us know. But we are gonna bring in some stuff, some local stuff. Like some people told me to kind of touch on at the beginning of the show what's going on in Columbia, like a little news type of segment.
We're flooded.
Breaking news, it's raining outside probably. I don't know, but it's wet as a motherfucker. I know that. We're going to start trying to implement stuff, especially since we're getting about 500 views consistently. So we're going to start implementing whatever we got to take it to the next level. You know what I mean?
Let us know what you want to hear.
Please. And we're going to get the YouTube up so you... my
The
girl...
YouTube, I think, will help out a lot.
A lot, because my girl said when she went to watch last week's show, she had to scroll through the No BS hella far to
And
try
Rob
to find it.
posts so much shit on there.
Well, yeah, so we got to start getting that new BS. We got to start getting that video up there so that even more people...
He has a website. No BS has a website.
With the video.
I don't know. Rob, you got that working yet?
See, that's what I'm
Let us
saying.
know.
We got to wait on that. But...
Get us a YouTube.
We're getting it. Yeah, we're gonna get on the YouTube. We're gonna get on the extra stuff. We're gonna get it cracking. We're gonna do it. So I appreciate it, y'all. It's been another exciting episode. We tried to bring it live. We tried to bring some energy, even without Rob. I mean, Rob punk ass don't even want to do nothing. I appreciate all. I don't know why everybody's got a mad face right now.
Dang, all the anger.
But we love y'all.
That's probably Rob.
I don't know who doing all the mad faces, but we love y'all. Somebody drunk or some shit. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't drink no more. Shout out to myself. Appreciate that.
Shout out.
Stop drinking, y'all. Go do something with your lives. Shit.
Come up.
We getting out of here.
See you later, Como.
Later.
Holla.